In today's flow, we'll focus on shoulder openers and also back bends. Don't be intimidated, I'll give plenty of options, but let's go ahead and get started in child's pose. Go ahead and take your knees wide and your big toes to touch. Tippy-toe your fingers forward so the forearms lift off the mat. And then find this counter motion, drawing the shoulder blades down the back. So in one moment, reaching forward, and in the next moment, pulling back. And just start to lengthen your breath and become more aware of it. See if you can match the length of the inhale with that of the exhale. And start to let the breath resonate at the back of your throat. Staying in child's pose for a few more breaths, or walking your hands forward, lifting up, and then melting your heart towards the floor for puppy pose. Take a couple moments and let's set an intention for the practice, for the day. One of just moving with our heart center and letting our heart lead the way throughout the practice and throughout the rest of your day. On an inhale, let's go ahead and come up, find a soft vinyasa across the ankles, little bend in the elbows, heart pulls through. Exhale, child's pose, sit back heavy on the heels. One more time, shift it forward. You can always switch across the ankles if you want. Little bend in the elbows, push the floor away so you create space between your shoulders and your ears. Push back, child's pose. Take a breath. On an inhale, let's rise up for hands and knees. 2 cat-cows here. Let the belly fall and the sit bones reach up. Exhale, round through the upper back. Try to push your arms through the floor. One more time, belly drops and the sit bones reach. Exhale, round through the upper back. Feel the lower ribs zip in. Keep this rounded shape. Let's tuck the toes, hover the knees off the ground for a turbo. Grip in your fingers, hug your upper arms in. Try to feel your pecs engage. Hold it here, or let's touch both knees to the mat. Pick them up. So we're just lifting and lowering within this range that's less than a foot. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back. Take a few moments just to move intuitively, whatever feels good in the moment. And eventually start to settle in. Take a few breaths with your legs straight, trying to get your heels towards the floor. And then take a few breaths with your knees bent, connecting your low belly and your thighs. And then just find some place in between, or one of those that feels good today. Let's shift it forward, plank pose, shoulders right on top of the wrist, grip into the fingers, round through the upper back, downward facing dog. One more time, shift it forward, maybe leaning so far forward you're just on the tips of the big toes. Downward facing dog. Let's get to the top of the mat. Look forward, bend your knees, step or hop to the top of the mat. Flat back, lengthen the spine, touch something. And exhale, fold in deeper. You can release your hands to the floor, grab a hold of your elbows. Play around with shifting the weight from the heels to the balls of the feet, and just notice the difference. Relax your head and neck, think chin to your chest. Release the hands down, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, fold in deeper. Bend the knees, drop the hips, chair pose. Sit back, spin the pinkies in, draw the hips back. Interlace the fingers behind your back, puff up the chest. And exhale, hinge and fold forward. Actively lift the hands off the low back as you fold in. Playing around with shifting the weight from the heels to the balls of the feet. Release your hands to the floor. See if you can palm the floor completely so you can bend your knees as much as you want. Shift the weight forward into the hands and then either step back or hop back to plank pose. Hold plank or 2 chaturangas. Try to hollow out at the top. Let's lower all the way to the belly. Push into the tops of the feet, cobra. Take a breath. Lower down. One more time. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Just the palms and the tops of the feet touch. Try to make space between your shoulders and your ears here. And you might even find a few shoulder shrugs in either of those shapes. Downward facing dog is where we'll meet up. Take the right leg up and back. Lift the leg up as high as you can. Notice how the hips aren't level. And then level off your hips. Right knee to the nose, hold it here. Think cat-cow, lower the knee, and then round and lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the right leg up and back. Hold it here, or shrug your shoulders. Push so hard into the ground that your shoulders come way up by your ears and relax, or try a couple of hops up. And we're just getting warmed up, so it doesn't have to be all the way up to handstand, but it could be. Eventually bringing that right foot all the way to the top of the mat. Finding a lunge, take a couple breaths here, press the pelvis down and forward, just ease into it. Drop the back knee, modified crescent, sweep the arms up. Interlace the fingers behind your back, puff up your chest, And exhale, flex the right foot and fold in. And if you can't get your hands off your low back, you can always put a hand towel or a dish towel or something you have handy in between your hands. Keep the arms, inhale, modified crescent, stay vertical, or add a gentle back bend, taking the fist towards the back of the knee. Exhale, half splits, flex the right foot, fold in, see if you can lift the hands off the low back a little bit more. One more time, inhale, modified crescent, gentle back bend, or staying vertical. Exhale, half splits, flex the right foot, and fold in towards the floor. Releasing your hands down. Inhale, full crescent pose. Rise up, reach up. Draw the right hip back and the left hip forward. Fire off that back heel. Release the hands down. Let's twist. Left hand plants, right arm reaches up. Keep this shape with your legs or roll onto the outer edges of both feet. Sag the left hip down. Lift your hips, reach the right arm forward. Sag the left hip. Two more, inhale, lift and lower. One more time, lift it up. Walk your hands over to the left as you pivot on your feet. So you're in this wide-legged forward fold and just fold in towards the floor. And I want to try to dangle. So depending on your flexibility, if your head touches the floor, you might actually bring your feet a little closer together as you fold in. Let's twist. Left hand plants, right arm reaches up, half wrap. Bend the right elbow, place the right hand on the low back, or try to reach around and grab a hold of the inner thigh. Just find neutral with your neck. Switch it out when you're ready. Right hand plants, left arm reaches up, spreading wide, and then bending the left elbow, placing the hand on the low back, tippy-toeing the fingers to the inner thigh, and just finding neutral with your neck. Skandasana to the back of the mat. Bend the left knee, straighten out the right leg. You can stay high, you can use your hands, or you can come down low. Skandasana to the top of the mat. Try to get that right heel to the floor. One more time to the back. And one more time to the top. Turn all 10 toes forward, downward facing dog, right leg flex. You might just choose to hold it right here, or we'll bend the knee and flip the dog, allowing the foot to fall to the left as you lift your hips and reach forward. Maybe try to get that right index finger closer to the floor. Downward facing dog is where we'll meet. On an inhale, shift it forward, plank pose. Hold plank, tap your shoulders, or 3 chaturangas. For 3, hollow out. 2, and 1, up dog if you want it. Toes can be tucked or untucked. If they're tucked, really try to push back through your heels, engage your quads. Downward facing dog is where we'll meet up. Take the left leg up and back. Left knee to the nose. Hold it. Take it down towards the floor, round and lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it up and back and just hold. Or shrug your shoulders. Push so hard so your shoulders come way above your ears. Or take a couple hops, and it's a little bit easier if you hop that right foot in closer before you even hop up. Eventually, taking the left foot all the way to the top of the mat, finding a lunge, pressing the pelvis down and forward, just easing into it. Try to lead with your chest here. Drop the back knee, modified crescent, sweep the arms up, interlace the fingers behind your back. Puff up your chest. Exhale, flex the left foot as you fold in. Think about leaning forward, trying to keep your right hip on top of your right knee. 2 more like that. Inhale, modified crescent, stay vertical, or maybe draw the hands towards the back of the knee. Exhale, half splits, flex the left foot, fold in as you lift the hands. One more time. Inhale, modified crescent, gentle back bend. Exhale, half splits, flex the left foot as you fold it. Release the hands down when you're ready. It's full crescent pose. Bend into the left knee, fire off the back heel, pick up that right knee. Inhale, rise up and reach up for a breath, drawing the left hip back and the right hip forward. Let's twist, right hand plants, left arm reaches up. Stay here or roll onto the outer edges of both feet. Sag the right hip down. Inhale, lift your hips, reach the left arm forward. Sag the right hip. 2 more, inhale, lift. And lower. One more time, lift it up. Walk your hands over to the right. Just pivot on your feet. So you're in this wide-legged forward fold. And again, I want to try to dangle. So I might bring my feet a little closer together or take them further apart if you want. Right hand plants, left arm reaches up. Stay there or add a wrap, bend the left elbow, place the hand on the low back. Try to spin your chest open, just neutral with your neck. We'll switch it out when you're ready. Left hand plants. Inhale, right arm reaches up, spreading wide. Maybe that half wrap, bending the right elbow, placing the hand on the low back. Skandasana to the back of the mat. Bend the right knee, straighten out the left leg. Skandasana to the top. One more time to the back. And one more time to the top. Turn all 10 toes forward. Downward facing dog, left leg flies, take it up and back. Stay there or bend the knee and open it up. Maybe flipping the dog, allowing that left foot to fall towards the right as you lift your hips and reach forward. Working that left index finger closer to the floor if you want to try it. Downward facing dog is where we meet up. Let's hold downward facing dog or find a vinyasa of your choice. So that's just a breath, a movement, a moment in time. I'm just going to take a couple of hops up towards handstand, and sometimes we can just focus on hopping. We don't have to worry about holding. You might just want to get your heart rate up a little bit more and get your hops in, or throw in a few chaturangas. It's up to you. Downward facing dog is where we'll meet up. Take the right leg up and back. Bend the knee and open it up. Take a breath. Try to press that right shoulder down towards the floor. Awesome. Level off the hips as you straighten out the leg. Take a couple of breaths there, or 2 hops up towards handstand, or just a hop. Eventually bringing that right foot to the top of the mat. It's warrior 2. Open it up. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Puff up your chest. And exhale, fold towards the front left corner of your mat. And you'll notice how your outer right hip wants to stick out. Actively try to pull your right hip towards your left heel as you fold it. Take an extra breath or 2 right here. Come back to that intention of leading with your heart. Relax your neck. Inhale, reverse warrior, rise up and reach back. Exhale, skandasana, pull it to the back of the mat. Skandasana to the top. Turn all 10 toes forward, left hand plants, right arm reaches forward. Wiggle your right foot out so your chest comes inside of your thigh, and then bend your left elbow straight back. Think chest to the floor for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tap. Left knee to the back of the right calf. Aim for the floor for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sneak the knee to the outside of the ankle. Sit down. Ardha Matsyendrasana with the legs, or it could be knee on top of the knee, working the heels away from each other. Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Take the right arm up and back. Try to work your right hand down your back. Take a few breaths here. Possibility to take the left hand back and use your shirt to create a little tension, or reach back and work towards connecting your hands. And when you're ready, let's let it go and find boat pose. Butt down, legs up, compressing, thighs to the chest. Try to lift up out of the low back. Knees can stay bent or straightening out the legs. Check in with your feet, push through the balls of the feet and spread the toes. Let's slowly come down, half boat, Ardha Navasana, tailbone chases the heels. Exhale, rise up, pull the thighs in. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Just try to link the movement with the breath here, pulling thighs in close to the chest. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come down. Let's flutter the arms, curl up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross the ankles, maybe arms overhead for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull the knees in. Take the legs straight up. Let's find a couple of hip lifts here. Push the ceiling toe straight up, navel to spine. Stick it with that, or if you've got a double leg raise, lower the legs towards the earth. Lift the legs, lift the hips at the top. If you want more, you can always peel your shoulder blades off the ground. You can always slide your hands under your low back for a little bit more support. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the legs up, lower the left leg towards the floor. And let's just work on this L shape, which is a great way to work towards an L-shaped handstand or an L-shaped forearm stand. Actively splitting the legs away from each other. Compressing the right thigh to the chest. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach up towards the right foot, curl up. 10, it's just where you're aiming. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yogi bicycle, opposite elbow to the inner knee. Pull the knees in tight to the chest. Bring some engagement to your feet. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the legs straight up. Lower that right leg towards the floor. Actively split the legs away from each other as you find this compression. Left thigh to the chest. Check in with the feet. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach up towards the left foot. Curl up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yogi bicycle. Last little push here. Opposite elbow to the inner knee. Check back in with the feet. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Set the feet down, bridge pose. Lift your hips up high, coiling from the sacrum all the way up to the base of the neck. Actively push into your heels. Try to pull your heels back towards your body so you feel your hamstrings and glutes engage. Stay here, or we'll go up to wheel. Plant the hands back by your shoulders. And whatever feels best in terms of the direction of your fingers. I like to go fingers back towards my shoulders, but they could also be out to the side. If that feels a little better, push all the way down and straighten your arms and straighten your legs. Let's take a couple moments in wheel, and you can hold it, or we'll just find this little rocking horse action here, shifting the weight forward and back, just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down, take a moment. We're gonna go back up into wheel, or you have that option to go back to bridge pose. Lift your hips up, squeeze your butt, check in with your hamstrings and your glutes. Stay there, or let's go up to wheel. This time we'll try to do push-ups in our wheel, tapping the crown of the head down, barely touching for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Try to straighten your arms and straighten the legs. Slowly come down when you're ready. Windshield wiper the knees a little bit. Happy baby, grab a hold of the outer edges of the feet. Try to work the knees a little closer to the floor as you pull your heart through the gateway of your arms. Just slow everything down a little bit. And when you're ready, we'll let it go. Rock forward, come to yogi squat, toes out, heels in. And let's go for a crow pose, and it can be any variation on crow that you're working on. And I want to plant my hands about 12 inches between my hands and my feet. Bend my knees. I like to get my knees really high on my arms. That way it's easier for me to transition, for instance, to go all the way up to handstand. But it's an option. It's yogi squat, it's crow. It's just a couple of moments in the arm balance of your choice, or even just holding yogi squat. Eventually, let's make our way back to plank pose. Hold plank, tap your shoulders, or let's get 10 push-ups and trot around, get 10. 9, hollow out. 8, you can always come to the knees. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog is where we'll meet up. Take a couple moments here just to come back to that idea of leading with your heart and slowing down the breath a little bit. Take the left leg up and back, lift it up as high as you can, bend the knee and open it up. Notice how that left shoulder wants to lift. Try to level off the shoulder. Take a breath. Straighten out the leg when you're ready. Take a few breaths here. You can always do those shoulder shrugs again, or if you're working handstand, bring the foot closer to your hands and think about just rocking in to that handstand. Eventually, let's bring the left foot all the way to the top of the mat for warrior 2. Open it up. Interlace the fingers behind your back, puff up the chest, and exhale, hinge and fold towards the right corner of the mat. Notice how your outer left hip wants to stick out. Try to pull that left hip back towards your right heel as you actively lift the hands off the back. Slow everything down a little bit. Release the hands when you're ready. Skandasana to the back of the mat for a breath. Skandasana to the top. Turn all 10 toes forward. Wiggle your left foot out so your chest comes inside of your thigh. Reach your left arm forward and bend your right elbow straight back for 10. Think about taking your chest all the way to the floor. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tap right knee to the back of the left calf for 10. Try to aim for the floor. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sneak the knee to the outside of the ankle. Sit down. You can stick with this Ardha Matsyendrasana shape if you want, or turn it into cow face, knee on top of the knee, possibly moving the legs away from your hips so you almost have a straight line with your shins. Take the left arm up, bend your left elbow, work the left hand down your back. Stay here, or take that right hand back and see if you can create tension with your shirt, with a towel, or maybe you can grab a hold of your hands. It's just a couple moments here to slow it down a little bit. And when you're ready, let's unwind. Back to boat pose. Foot down, legs up. Compress. Thighs to the chest. Let's slowly come down half boat, Ardha Navasana. Exhale, rise up, pull the thighs in. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Just try to link the movements with the breath. You can always hold it at the bottom or hold it at the top. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's lower down, hold it this time. Cross the right ankle over the left ankle over the right. You can always take the hands under the low back, or if you want more, peel the shoulder blades off the ground. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull the knees in. Set the feet down. Let's curl up, either reaching towards your knees or hands behind the head. It's up to you. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Side to side. Try to touch the ankles. Curl up. Shoulder blades are way off the ground. See if you can aim for the toes. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yogi bicycle, opposite elbow to the inner knee. Pull those knees in tight to the chest. Find the breath here. Check in with the feet. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the legs up towards the sky. Let's reach for the feet. Right hand touches the outside of the left foot. Left hand touches the outside of the right. Again, it's just where we're aiming. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower the legs down. Just do about 60 degrees. Try to press the low back into the mat. You can bend your knees, take the hands under, but just hold. And again, if you want more, peel the shoulder blades off the ground. Let's get a little bit lower, 30 degrees, curl up. Let's take it even lower, 15 degrees. Back to 30. Back to 60, try not to go too high. Back to 30. 15. One more time, 30. 60, back to 30, back to 15, and then as slow as you can, set the feet all the way down. Let's curl up, reaching towards the feet, or hands behind the head. You pick. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach to the right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach to the left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and one. Relax. Bend the knees. Set the feet down, bridge pose. Pull your right knee into the chest. Take the right leg up towards the sky. Try to keep your hips level as you lower your hips, lift, and squeeze your butt on the left side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold this last one at the top. Either just hold and find stillness, or let's lower the legs so the knees line up and then lift it back up just for 10. Again, the leg doesn't have to go that low. Instead, focus on keeping your hips high. Check in with that left hamstring and glute. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold or plant your hands. Possibly try to go up into your wheel with your hips already off the ground and the leg lifted. And if you've got it, we'll just do 5 little push-ups in our wheel here, or you just hold it at the bottom. It's up to you. Eventually coming down and switching out the legs. Pull the left knee into the chest. Take the left leg up, lower the hips to the floor. Lift and squeeze your butt on the right side for a 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold at the top. Lower the left leg and lift. 10. Again, we're just going knee to knee. I want to focus on keeping my hips level and check in with my right hamstring and glute. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold at the top, stay there, or push into your hands. Maybe go all the way up to that wheel, or you try 5 little push-ups with that leg off the ground this time. Eventually coming all the way back down. Take a moment, relax a little bit. Shift the weight side to side as you drop the knees one way and then the other way. Just a couple moments here. We've got another wheel if you want it, or once again, we'll hold bridge pose, and you might just try this supported bridge using your hands. So I'm gonna walk my elbows in, my fingers wrap around the sides of my body, and I'm just resting on my arms. Staying right there, or if you wanna go up to wheel, we're gonna work towards a tick-tock, okay, which would be kicking all the way over. So if I go all the way up to my wheel, I'm just gonna try to press my chest through the gateway of the arms, or I'll take one leg up and kick over, okay? So the thing with that is you definitely don't want to twist out of it, okay? But let's say I hop up and I don't get all the way up, I'm just gonna land back on my foot. So I might just try these little baby hops, or if I want to make it even harder, I'll work compression, pull both thighs into my chest. So I kind of get like a 1, 2, we'll see if I make it 3, thighs to the chest, ooh, lost it. Land back down, we'll do that one more time. It's an option if you want to try it. It's definitely harder with both feet at the same time, but I'm just gonna go for it. Hop up, thighs to the chest, make it all the way over. But again, you might be just taking one leg up and back and setting it down, trying the other leg, or just that little baby hop off of one foot. When you're ready, let's find another happy baby. Draw the knees in towards the chest, grab a hold of the outer edges of the feet. Try to pull your heart through the gateway of the arms, and think about that idea of leading with your heart. It doesn't matter if you tried it or not. It's just an idea. It's just an option. And when you're ready, we'll let it go and rock forward and back and land in yogi squat. Toes out, heels in, take a couple breaths here. Maybe you want to try that crow pose again, or right arm extends in front of the right shin as the left arm reaches up. Half wrap, you bend the left elbow, place the hand on the low back. Or full wrap, I'm going to connect my hands, try to spin my chest to the left. Again, neutral with the neck, leading with the chest. Switch it out when you're ready. Left arm extends in front of the left shin, and the right arm reaches. Stay there, or right hand on the low back. Left hand reaches back, possibly connecting your hands or spinning your chest open just a little bit more. When you're ready, let's release the hands down and make our way to that forward fold. Fold in, take a few breaths, grab a hold of your elbows, relax your neck. Staying here, if you want to try a couple of cannonball hops, I'll create compression between my thighs and my chest. Hop up. I want to keep that compression the whole time. It's just an option. It's a couple breaths, maybe a couple of hops, or of course a hold in your cannonball. Eventually, let's make our way back to plank pose. Lower all the way down to the belly, Shalambhasana. Take the arms back, flip the palms up. Lift your chest off the ground. Lift your arms, and let's just lift and lower the hands here. And if you want to hover your legs, but try to relax your neck and just find the breath. So you might look down and slightly forward, just someplace that's comfortable. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Check in with the legs. Last 4, 3, 2. Hold this last one. Try to squeeze the middle like you're going to touch your hands together for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Flip the palms down. This time, lift the legs, lift the chest, lift and lower the hands here. Again, just like before, relax your neck, look down, slightly forward. Focus on leading with your heart. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Flip the palms up. Let's lift the chest, lift the legs, and just kick the feet up and down. Try to squeeze the middle with the legs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. One more time. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, lift up. Click the heels together. No place like home. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Shoulder pigeon. Extend your left arm directly out from your shoulder. Flip your left palm up towards the sky and then roll onto your left shoulder. And it's ideal if you can rest your head on the floor. You can bend one knee, you can bend both knees. You can use that right hand as a kickstand, or you can work towards connecting the hands. But I'm really just focusing on putting more weight onto my left shoulder, coming back to that breath we started the class with. We'll switch it out when you're ready. Extend the right arm directly out from your shoulder, flip the right palm up towards the sky, and roll into that right shoulder. And you can bend one knee and place the foot on the floor, both knees. Again, you can use this left hand as a kickstand to really push yourself onto that right shoulder more, or possibly take the left hand back and work towards connecting the hands as you just slow it down a little bit. And back to the center. Bow pose, bend your knees, reach back, grab a hold of the tops of the feet. Let's try to flex the feet for a moment, just to try to recruit more quad strength. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, try to kick your shins back, see if you can get your quads off the ground. We'll just hold here 5, 4, squeeze the middle, 3, 2, and 1, lower down. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, lift up. Kick your shins back, try to get your quads off the ground. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 2 more. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, lift up, kick back through the shins. Try to get the quads off the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last one, lower down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, lift up, kick the shins back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Plant your hands, push back, child's pose. Take a moment here. Tippy-toe the fingers forward as you sit back, heavy towards your heels. On an inhale, let's come up to hands and knees and thread the needle. Reach the right arm up and exhale, thread it through. Drop the right shoulder to the earth, left hand to the floor above your head. Tippy-toe those fingers over to the right and shift your hips in the same direction. Couple of breaths here. And we'll switch it out when you're ready. Left arm reaches up, and exhale, thread it through. Drop the left shoulder to the earth. Right hand, walk those right fingers over to the left. Shift your hips in the same direction. Back to the center, downward facing dog. Let's lift the hips up and back. Take the right leg up and back. Bend the knee and open it up. Take a moment here, or let's flip the dog, allowing the foot to fall. Maybe trying to get that right index finger to the floor, or maybe flipping the hands so you transition all the way into wheel. Again, it's just an option, but eventually we'll come back to downward facing dog with that right leg up and back. Bend the knee and open it up. Fall in triangle. Send the right leg over to the left. Spin the back foot flat. Reach the left arm up. Let's dip the hips all the way down, all the way up for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Almost there, guys. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift and lower the right foot high as you can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left hand plants, right leg flies. Hold it here, or 2 hops to handstand. Again, if you're going to hop handstand, bring your foot closer to your hands as you take a hop up. Eventually bringing that right foot all the way to the top of the mat to find a lunge. We'll go straight into warrior 3. Level off the hips, lift from the inner thigh. Staying here, maybe bringing the hands to the low back today. Let's stand up, funky chair, sit back, left ankle on top of the right knee, draw the hips towards the back of the mat. And take a few breaths, releasing your hands to the floor, folding in. If you want to try a hop here, that's an option. So you can, of course, do the arm balance too. But if I'm going to hop up, I might want to have a wall behind me. I'll hop up, possibly work this, bending the knee, trying to pull my chest through. But notice how slow that I'm going, right? I'm not trying to hit the full expression of the shape. I'm just thinking about, can I melt my chest, pull my heart through, engage my hamstring and glute like we did in bridge, pulling the heel in closer. It's just an option. It's a couple of moments if you want to try it. Take your time. Let's step back. Warrior 2. Left foot to the back of the mat. Open it up. Just take a breath. Skandasana, pull it to the back of the mat. Skandasana to the top of the mat. Turn all 10 toes forward. Let's find a lunge lizard. Drop the back knee. Heel toe that right foot out. Flex it. 45-degree angle. Hip opener twist. Maybe a quad stretch. Take a couple moments here just to slow down the breath a little bit. And when you're ready, plant the hands and take your right leg back. Bend your right knee. Avoid opening your hip. Try to keep your hips closed off and just push straight up. So another back bend variation on a handstand can be a double stag, and this can be a lot easier. So just notice this feeling in your right hamstring and glute. That's the feeling we're trying to cultivate in that figure 4 scorpion or in this double stag shape. So you keep going here, and I'm going to show you what the hop's going to look like. Instead of opening my hip, I'll keep my hip closed off, and then I'm just going to try to rock into it, and then begin to melt my chest, pull my heart through. But notice how slow that I'm going, right? I'm not even really fighting to get super deep in that back bend. I'm just going with whatever feels good in my body today. When you're ready, downward facing dog. Take that right leg up and back. Bend the knee and open it up. Create that little pulse action we just did. Or if you want to try a couple hops up towards that double stag shaped handstand, again, the idea is to feel your right hamstring and glute engage. When you're ready, downward facing dog. Take that left leg up and back. Bend the knee and open it up. Stay here or flip the dog. And you don't have to go into wheel from here, but it can be kind of fun. Or you can just work it more as a lateral bend, maybe just trying to peel the left foot off the ground, taking my left heel towards my glute, trying to cultivate that same feeling in my left hamstring and glute. When you're ready, downward facing dog. Take that left leg up and back, bend the knee and open it up. Fall in triangle, extend the left leg over to the right. Spin the back foot flat, reach the right arm up, hold it here. Or let's dip the hips all the way up, all the way down. It's a total of 10. Last 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold this last one at the top. Lift and lower the left leg high as you can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing left leg flies. Take it up and back, hold it there. Or if you want to take a hop, bring that right foot closer to your hands. Think about rocking into that handstand. Eventually, we'll meet with the left foot at the top in a lunge. and go straight into warrior three. Level off the hips, lift from the inner thigh. Take a moment here, maybe bringing the hands to the low back for a breath. When you're ready, stand up. It's funky chair, compressing right thigh to the chest. And again, you don't have to go for the handstand. You can just work this as a standing balance, more as a forward fold, whatever sounds good. Or if I'm gonna hop, I'm gonna compress, thigh to the chest, take a hop up. Then once I get all the way up, that's when I'll bend my knee. Ooh. I'm using my fingers to help create the balance as I pull my heart through. I'm trying to lead with my heart here. But again, if you're in the middle of the room, gotta be ready to exit, of course. Eventually we'll meet in warrior two. Left foot's at the top of the mat, right foot's at the back of the mat. Take a breath. Skandasana to the back of the mat, Skandasana to the top of the mat. Turn all 10 toes forward, and let's hit that lizard shape. Dropping the back knee, heel toe the left foot out. Flex it, turn it to a 45-degree angle. Hip opener, twist, maybe a quad stretch. If you want to reach back, grab a hold of the foot. Couple of breaths here, just slow it all down. And when you're ready, plant the hands, take the left leg back, bend the knee, and just push straight up. Try to feel your left hamstring and glute engage, right? We're just trying to cultivate that feeling. And you might choose to just do this in down dog, but if I'm gonna try double sag, I don't wanna open my hip. I wanna keep my hip closed off, and I'll take a hop up and try to rock in. Then I'm gonna lead with my heart and try to pull my heart through as I use my fingers to help find the balance, okay? It's an option if you wanna try it. Downward facing dog, left leg flex. Bend the knee, push straight up, stay there. Or try just a couple of hops up towards that handstand if you want to give it a shot. Or if you're ready to drop down to the knees, we'll drop down to the knees. Eventually moving into camel. I really like to start with a rolling camel. So right hand plants behind you, press the pelvis forward as you reach the left arm back. Switch it out when you're ready. Left hand plants, press the pelvis forward as you reach the right arm back. And you might oscillate between those, or it's full camel. Hands in the back pocket, squeeze the elbows towards each other, press the pelvis forward, taking one hand to the heel, second hand to the heel, and then shift the hips over the knees. Toes can be tucked or untucked, just a few breaths. Eventually, finding neutral in the middle. Take the arms forward, and let's just shift the weight forward and back, and try to feel your quads engage here. And sticking with this, but if you want to combine the last two movements, I'm going to lean back and then begin to arch back. Try to take my hands to the floor and then come back up. But I'm really just tapping a finger down, or I'll take my hands all the way down, one foot to the floor, second foot to the floor, go up into my wheel, come back down the same way I went in. Left knee, right knee, use the strength of my quads to come all the way back up. It's just an option if you want to try it. Give it a shot, and eventually meet me with your right ankle crossed in front of your left, and we'll twist. Reach the arms up, take it to the right, inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, twist. Switch it out when you're ready, lengthen, and exhale, twist over to the left. Let's switch it across the ankles when you're ready. Inhale, lengthen the spine, take it to the right, and take it to the left when you're ready. Just a couple of breaths to slow it down a little bit. Let's find Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Take a few breaths here. As we start to finish out the practice, feel free to finish out in your own way. But if you want to work on that kind of scorpion shape, you can move over to a spot on the wall, and I'll show you how to do it with your chest facing the wall and then kicking up to the wall. So I'll start out with my feet touching the wall and my hands under my shoulders. And I'll lift my knees off the ground. From here, I'll take one foot to the height of my hip, and then the second foot, I'll take one leg up, and I'm gonna try to feel my right hamstring and glute engage. Notice how my left thigh is still touching my chest, and then possibly peel those left toes off the wall, okay? So that's a great way to work towards finding the balance if you wanna give that a shot, or you can also kick up towards the wall. So if I'm gonna kick up, I need enough space to work that back bend, and I want to pull my chest through my arms. So taking the right leg up and back, I'll hop up and get that right foot to the wall. Then from here, I'm going to melt my chest And maybe I can peel my toes off the wall, but I'm still trying to keep the left thigh compressed into my chest to go all the way up. So those can be kind of fun to play around with. If you want to give it a shot, give it a shot. And if you just want to make your way down into your back or find a forward fold, that of course is an option too. But just finding your final resting shape or throwing in a couple more handstands if that's what you want to do. It could even end in a seat if that's how you prefer. But as you make your way down to your final spot, just begin to consciously relax your body. Come back to that idea of leading with your heart and try to take that concept with you for the rest of the day, the rest of the week.